What if the steps to starting or scaling your own SMMA were 100% clear from the start? You pick the perfect niche easily. Instead of struggling all the time here and there, everything just clicked into place naturally. Most people in SMMA, when it comes to choosing their niche, they're just playing the lottery. Or even worse, they're just following someone else blindly. In today's video, instead of you playing the lottery and choosing your own niche, or following someone else blindly, I'm going to show you exactly how you can have a winning ticket every time when it comes to choosing your own niche. And as well as a bonus, I'm going to share with you a list of 50 niches with the highest potential. I started multiple SMMAs in my life, and not too long ago I was really hitting rock bottom in scaling my agency. But everything changed dramatically when I understand why those problems occurs and what was the solution to each of those problems. And as a result, I took a brand new agency that I started just 5 months ago from 0 to 60K per month with only 11 clients signed last month. Most people take years to achieve that level of growth. That's why if you stick till the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly the step-by-step process that I took. I'm not going to hide anything so you can replicate my success for yourself. So first thing first, before I start talking about the niche, what's the process that you got to follow before choosing the right niche? I have to talk about the offer, because your offer is as crucial as choosing your niche. And if you choose the right niche and ignore having the right offer, you're just going to lose and you're not going to scale. Because on the macro perspective level, choosing a niche puts you in the market, but having a right offer, it's what sets you apart from the competition inside that market. Think of your offers, your unique solution, your unique system to solve that specific problem for the client. Right now, I'm currently speaking with SMMA owners on a daily basis, and most of them neglect their offer. And that's a common trap, that's a common problem, because by not having a unique offer, you just become another commodity, another option in the market. Let me give you an example. Once I was making 5K per month, 2-3K, I was struggling, okay? I didn't make huge amount of money till I understand this. When I was on the sales calls with clients, most of them said, all right, we're talking right now with 5 marketing agencies, and we're just gonna wait to make the choice, and either we're gonna go with you or with another one. So that thing at that time needed to click with me because I didn't understand it. Right now, as I'm having conversations with clients, they don't mention that anymore. Why? I'm confident no one will provide them the same offer and the same solution to their problem like the way I'm doing it. And I'm not positioning myself as a commodity in the market. And by being just a commodity in the market, you will make money. You will make few amount of money. You're not scaled to huge levels like I'm doing it right now. But the problem that comes with that, it's not only actually not making a lot of money, but you're gonna work with shitty clients, because the only clients that want to sign up with you is clients that are looking for low pricing. By charging less, you don't actually have a lot of money to hire great talents to join your agency. You don't have a lot of money to hire great people for service delivery, great salespeople. As a byproduct of that, you're just gonna be in the loop and you're not gonna scale your agency. And the only way to charge high premium prices, 6 to 10K per client, is by having a well-defined, unique solution in a high ticket market. And your unique solution and premium offer need to solve one specific problem for your client, okay? Think about it like that. You don't have to solve all their problems, because by solving all their problems, you become generalist, and all of their agencies are just generalists. So you need to solve one specific problem. But how do you choose the right problem? The problem that would give the higher impact and the higher ROI once it's solved. That's how I go about choosing those problems. So in order for you to create your offer, you start by studying their problems first. So right now what I want to show you is how can you go about selecting what's the right niche. So I share with you a niche selection checklist that you need to follow. There's 10 checks here. So if a niche check all of those boxes here, you're ready to go, okay? It's safe. If it doesn't check one of them, it's a little bit of a red flag, okay? If it doesn't check a lot of those boxes here, it's a big red flag. You should stay away from this niche. So first of all is market demand, okay? That's pretty self-explanatory. There is a genuine demand, basically, for your services or product, okay? And to choose a niche. So the solution is not always what you think is right, as it said here, right? It's what the market thinks is right, and it's what the market needs. So basically, in order for you to understand if there is a market demand for your services, the easy way to check that box is to see if there is some competition who is solving the same problem you want to solve. Okay, we're not talking about the solution here, market demand for the problem. If there is if there is a lot of competition that want to solve the same problem, you got to check this box. Let's go, for example, for client acquisition. A lot of people have this problem, to acquire clients, okay? So if there's a market demand for it, we check the box. The second thing here, okay, is market growth potential, okay? Because there is a lot of markets who's not growing. There's a lot of market who are growing. There's a lot of market who are declining. Okay, so if there is like significant market growth potential, meaning like people are going to still like grow. Let's say for example e-commerce is going to continue to grow over the next years, okay, exponentially. So there is a market growth potential. Dentist, there is a growth in dentist. Real estate, right? But there is some markets who are not growing, stagnating a lot, and if they're growing, it's definitely better. Okay, so here, financial viability. This is a very important step here, and I've lost a lot of time. I've lost a lot of money because I didn't have this. You wish I had this niche selection checklist years before I started. So basically, the financial viability is that if you can make money with that niche, if the niche have the money to pay you exactly for your services, for your high ticket services and items. Let me give you an example. So for example, if you go after real estate agents, okay, most of real estate agents are kind of like broke, okay? Most of them, they don't have like a lot of money to invest. They don't have money they cannot pay you like 3K a month. Definitely not. Like most real estate agents. So if you have the best solution out there to solve the biggest problem, I mean, acquiring clients for them, anything you're gonna do, you cannot get paid 3K per month from real estate agents. I'm not talking about real estate brokers. I'm talking about real estate agents, okay? So no matter how good your solution is, no matter how good your product is, there's no way they can pay you like above a certain amount. Maybe like 1K if you're really good. That's it. That's how much you're getting. So for real estate agents, I would say you cannot do it. Real estate brokers, yes. So financial viability, if there's a financial viability for your niche, you're ready to go, okay? Passion and interest. Well, this is really important because if you don't kind of like follow, if you don't kind of like go in a niche that you're passionate a little bit about and you like just a bit, I mean, you don't have to like it too much. I mean, it doesn't have to be your life and everything, but if you like the niche, if you have some kind of interest about this niche, it will make it better in terms of, you're excited to kind of like give them results and work with that niche. Basically, it's going to bring you more joy and happiness. Okay, that's basically for your own interest rather than the business interest. But if you're not operating well, you're not gonna bring good results for your business. That means passion, interest is important as well. Fifth thing here is competition analysis. So we have to study the level of competition within the niche. Let me give you an example. So a healthy competition can be a sign of viable market. What I mean is any good niche have a healthy competition. If you generally like go in a niche and see there is no competition, there is no one that's selling the services, there is no one that is like trying to make money out of this niche, it's generally like a bad idea to go after this niche, because if it was really good, there'll be some competition. We're not Steve Jobs, we're not Mark Zuckerberg, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, we're not trying to create things from scratch or create like startups and everything. We're just trying to make money from giving out services that will deliver results. That's it, okay? But we're doing it in a unique way. So competition analysis, let me give you an example. So right now in 2024, if you would tell me, for example, should I start e-commerce as an example? I would say no, because yeah, there is e-commerce that it's a good service. Like e-commerce is a good niche, but if you want to follow it, there is a huge competition in it. I mean, I would say it's like a little bit saturated. If you want to go with it, like e-commerce brand owners, they get dozens of emails every day from like Facebook agency owners. So if you don't have a really unique offer that stand out and guarantees and result and show them that you're not like a commodity like the rest, it's very hard to make it. Okay, what I would say is a healthy competition is the best thing ever. Okay, so here, accessibility and reach. Okay, so what I mean by this is basically how accessible to find those people. Okay, how accessible to talk to the decision maker. What I mean personally by that is because there is a lot of niches where it's difficult, it's very hard, it's very difficult to get a hold of the decision maker. Okay, there's a lot of gatekeepers, there's a lot of things on the side. For example, I had a car dealership agency before. Okay. And within this car dealership agency, we were working with like used car dealerships, basically with 50 cars in LA, okay? And we're doing well because most of those car dealerships, they were like one-man show. If not, there's a general manager in there and you just show up and talk to them and everything. But we had like problem like signing in like basically like franchise car dealerships. We go to the Ford, Chevrolet and all that. There's a lot of problem because the accessibility was a problem. It was not really accessible to talk to the general manager and owner. There were a lot of like people behind. There's like you got to talk to that person got to talk to that person, and that person got to talk to that person in order for him to make decisions, which was just a struggle. And also, I want to talk about the accessibility in terms of the marketing channels. okay? So if you want to go after a niche and it's very hard to get hold of them in Facebook, it's very hard to get hold of them in ads, it's very hard, there is no number, there is nothing, it's a big red flag. I would say stay away from that niche, definitely if you're a beginner, okay? The best niche that you want is like a niche that you can target them easily, like in the big channels, Facebook, you can find them in Instagram, you can find them, I don't know, in Google Maps, you can find their numbers. There is some information about them that you can just like find and do cold outbound for them. It's very hard to do cold outbound, just stay away from it. So accessibility and reach, we talked about that. All right, here's scalability and sustainability, okay? So think about the long-term prospect of the niche. Is it a trend that might fade, or does it have the potential for sustainable growth and scaling? For example, I had a lot of students that went and created like short form agencies, okay? And, basically targeting like influencers and that. And there was a trend, the short form agency for influencers, that was a trend. Once that like trend like fade away, it was really hard, became very hard to kind of like sign clients in that short form agency thing, because most of them again were competing on pricing, and you cannot beat an Indian guy who can offer $5, okay, per video. There's no way you can beat that. So that always is really important to kind of like see if that niche is sustainable long term, or is it just a trend that's gonna pass, okay? If it's just a trend, you're just gonna make money temporarily. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to create a business that's gonna stay here for years, okay? We're trying to go with a niche that we can kind of like make money for at least 5 years. That's the goal here. If we cannot make money for years, I'm not gonna follow. I'm not gonna go inside that niche. So alignment with skills and expertise. Okay, so that's kind of like important, but not really. But so what I mean is alignment with skills and expertise is you need to have like the right resources and expertise for that niche. You need to understand everything. You need to understand the problem. You need to have like the right mechanism that you're gonna solve that problem. And that doesn't mean if you don't understand that you're just gonna go, you're just gonna ignore that niche, but you can kind of like, because that's just knowledge right here. If you're patient, you can kind of like consume knowledge and understand everything about that niche and acquire those skills and expertise, that you need for that niche. Once you do that, you're ready to go. But I would not go in a niche blindly that I don't speak the language, okay? Because each niche have their own language. They have, each niche have its own culture. If I don't understand the language, the culture, the problems they have, I would stay away from the niche, okay? Legal and ethical consideration, okay? So let's say you're religious, okay? And there's no way you're gonna do like OnlyFans, okay? Or something like that, or like, OF content. You're not gonna do that because you're religious. Or even if there is plenty of money in it, and like running an OnlyFans agency, it's just gonna self-sabotage you. It's not really good for your health. So make sure to go with something that kind of like that is good with your morals as well, okay? Impact and contribution. Here what I mean is consider the potential impact for your work in this niche. Not really about the niche, but the work that you do for that niche. Does this work that you're gonna do for the niche, the problem that you're gonna solve, the solution that you're gonna provide, does it have like a very minimal impact? If it has like a minimum impact, it's an issue. The impact should be like really high to justify the premium prices and to justify the value, and so people can stick with you and don't see you as a commodity, okay? You should become something that is irreplaceable within their business. That's what you're trying to achieve here. So that's what I'm talking about, impact and contribution, okay? Okay, so now that you went through the niche selection checklist and you selected your niche, as I said in the beginning of the video, the niche, what it does, it put you in the market, okay? So it's nothing magical, but the offer is what sets you apart from the competition. So after you selected your niche, right now what we should do is this is basically the offer deck, is you need to go through this offer selection deck as well. And I'm gonna go through them really fast, and after this I'm gonna show you some alternative offers so you can get an idea about what I mean and what's the best offers out there, what's, how a unique offer and a great niche look like. Not just in theory, but just in action. Okay, so what's your target market? That's what's your niche, okay? So if you went through the niche selection checklist, choose the niche, you should type it here. And your target market should be one thing, it should be specified, it should not be generalist, okay? What's their daily life with the problem they have? What sort of emotion comes as a result of this problem? How does that affect their personal life? We should know everything about them. We should put ourselves in their shoes and know everything about them. That's the only way that we can understand what's the highest problem that would have the highest impact, okay? Here, describe the mess. What actually is the problem? What problem are we trying to solve? Often, the real problem is far from the perceived one, okay? The problem is not always what you see. You need to put yourself out there. You need to talk to those people who are just like, look for YouTube content that the niche is making introduce yourself really well with the niche and understand what's the biggest problem they have. How long that this problem really existed for. You should know, since when you had that problem. Is it client acquisition? How long is it? Like 3 months? Is it more than a year? Okay. Is it like before COVID, the situation was different. After COVID, the situation is different from before. You should understand everything. What have they done to fix the problem in the past? You should have in mind what processes your niche have tried. Maybe they tried like typical agencies, Facebook ads, Google ads, that didn't work. So if you present them the same problem, the same solution, it will not resonate with them, okay? So you should present them like a solution which is different. What they have failed to fix, why they have failed to fix that problem in the past, before. So you come to them, they have this problem, you need to understand why they have failed to fix that problem. Is it because of them? Is it because of the market? Is it because of the solutions are not pretty well? Is it because of the execution? Okay, so you should put everything into place. Describe their desired situation, how their life would look like after X problem is solved. Okay, so if it's a high impact problem, that's what I'm telling you guys, it should be a high impact problem, because if it is a high impact problem, you would change the life. Okay, you would change their business. What emotion would be present? Just close your eyes and imagine, put yourself in the shoes of the customer, of the prospect, and imagine yourself solving this problem. How do you feel? How they feel? Because that emotion is very important. That would be the emotion that you're gonna tap in on the sales call to close. Okay, if that emotion is not really strong, it's really hard to close them on 6K, 10K. Who is in their desired situation they look up to? Okay, that's very important. So you need to look for, testimonials or like people that have already fixed the problem within that niche. And maybe those people they look up to, maybe we can present them, okay, we work with that kind of people, and this is how we present, here's the problem that they had, here's the solution to present for them, and they look up to those people. That means they can trust you more, okay? Describe the goal, what they want, exactly. Here you should be specific as you can, okay? How long they wanted this. So, and you should ask this like 5 times, because if you ask like this kind of 5 times, you would know what's the deepest root of the, what's the deepest desire, basically. Why do they want this? Basically, why do they want this? Maybe they want client acquisition. Why do they want client acquisition? They want a client acquisition so they can have like 10 clients a month. Why do they want to have 10 clients a month? So they can grow at this kind of percentage. Why do they want to grow at this kind of percentage? Because if they grow at this kind of percentage, they can kind of like raise capital. Why do they want to raise capital? Because if they raise capital to grow at this kind of percentage, they can like sell their company for like 10x multiplier after all. You need to know their deepest desire, why they want this. It's not enough to just know your niche, know their desire, why they want it on just a surface level. You need to dig really deep, basically. Describe the steps. So here we should describe exactly what action need to be taken step by step to solve the problem, and how long each action take, and how long in total everything would take. Let me give you an example. So I had a student of mine, he was doing kind of, dentist, okay? And he scaled his agency in the dentist niche, man. Was a really saturated niche, above 30K per month. How he's done it is basically he understood, okay, so those people, those dentists, even if you bring them leads in Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever you do, they're not really good enough to close those leads. Their system is not good enough to close those leads. So those leads will be wasted. So the only way to bring them money and to add income is to be responsible for closing appointments. So he have kind of like a lead generation agency plus a call center for those dentists. So basically he have like an in-house call center, and he's not generating only lead, he generates fresh leads, inbound leads for them through ads, and then he booked the appointments with those leads. Okay, so the dentists have like qualified booked appointments, and the appointment is basically paid. So he billed the client on the call, and so it's only like $7 basically, like for confirmation. So that's he's doing it that way. And so the client have nothing to say, all right, I'm not getting results. I'm literally responsible for appointments, booking appointments to your calendar, and people show up. There's no way they can tell me I'm not bringing you results, okay? You see the difference here. Describe the foundations. What does the market think the problem is within your steps, and how can you overcome this, okay? So for example, you come to dentist within the same example, and you go to them and say, I'm just gonna do Facebook ads. So say, after we've tried it in the past, why should we trust you? They would do Facebook ads any different, okay? Why they would trust you. So you need to think when presenting them your steps, have they tried your steps? What's the flaws? What's the vulnerabilities that they would think that your step have And how can you solve this before presenting them your steps? How can you make the steps easy to climb without using guarantee or risk reversal? How can you make those steps basically easy for them to understand and to trust you that those steps are the steps they need in order for them to get from point A to point B? It might be kind of that you have testimonials that you've worked with clients in the past, that you were in that niche in the past. You need to think about something that would basically make those steps easy to climb, okay? What problems do they anticipate with your plan, and how can you offer some reassurance with it? So as I said, what vulnerabilities would they think your plan have? Why might the prospect think your step will fail, and what's the remedy, okay? Why have similar steps when another agency not worked in the past? Most clients that you would sign, they have worked with agency. They've been burned with agency. You're not their first love. That's it. Okay, so you need to understand why those steps, why those agencies didn't work with them in the beginning. Is it because of communications? Is it because of the system? Is it because of the delivery? Is it because there should be a problem somewhere? Okay, and you need to find this problem and try to fix it. That's why, guys, I tell you guys, I cannot stress enough. If you in 2024, if you're just gonna go about the niche and neglect the offer, you lost the game from the start before you even start. Okay, how can you reverse the risk for them? Let me share with you here. How can you make them financially secure? Okay, that's very important. So when you work with a client the first time, say, all right, I'm going to work with you, you're going to charge us 610K. You cannot charge them 610K. They're not going to give you the money without actually feeling financially secure. So to reverse the risk for them, it's going to be either you've already done it and you present them with so many goddamn good testimonials that they cannot kind of like say, wow, that's, they trust you from the testimonials, or if you are just a public figure, okay? Or basically, you bring them a guarantee. Well, hey, we just work in commission. So they go, okay, we're not gonna lose money. Or, if that doesn't work, we're just gonna give you your money back plus $1,000 for wasting your time. Something like that to make them feel secure. It's really important if you wanna close your agency through the roof. That's why I cannot stress enough about this. If you're not sure about the service delivery, if you're not sure about your system can bring you results, you should not start SMMA. You should not start that service. You cannot like start it and kind of like try it with them. No, like you need to be sure that your system works basically. And the only way to know it is either you're gonna first hire a coach. That's the best thing to do it, because you're gonna invest yourself and gonna get knowledge from someone who's gonna help you. Or, find somebody that's already having an SMMA kind of like white label, but it's gonna be like an issue, because why that person should trust you to white label, their services for you. How they can know if that goes wrong, they're not worse than the time they start. How they would know if they invested money in you, if everything goes wrong, they're not worse than, when they start. Basically, what guarantee should you provide? You should think about all this. You should brainstorm all this in order for you, before basically you go out there and you target your market. Trust me, if you kind of do this very well, niche selection checklist, and you choose your niche, you choose a very good offer, you have a very solid offer, a unique one, and the outbound, the lead generation part would be just like a breath of air. It would be really easy for you. You're not gonna believe it. Like the messages that's gonna come, the response rate, the conversion rate, it would be really easy to book 5 calls per day. So here, after basically you finish your offer deck, I just want to share with you exactly some couple offers so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So here, there's some offers that I have just on top of my mind that I would do if I was just basically starting from scratch and I had time, because I don't really have time. I have my SMMA, I have this kind of like YouTube that I share video with you guys. So I don't really have time to kind of start a different SMMA, okay? But if I had time, this is what I would be doing. Building an agency that would specialize in hiring high quality sales and coaches. So the niche is sales and coaches, okay? Sorry, the niche is 7-figure coaching businesses, okay? And sales and coaches are the product. Let me explain. So building an agency that specializes in hiring high quality sales and coaches for 7-figure, 8-figure coaching businesses in less than 7 days, okay? That will match your current close rate. If not, you get your money back plus $3,000 for wasting your time. Another safety net for your results. That's the risk reversal I just talked about there. So what I mean is, let's say a lot of you guys think about when starting SMMA, you should go with marketing, with Facebook ads, with this, that. No. You don't. This is not the only way. This is just what people show you, what you've been kind of taught. But this is not the only way you would make money in the agency game. There is a lot of agencies. There's a lot of services you can provide. Don't narrow yourself down to marketing and Facebook and this and that. No, you don't have to do it, okay? So what I mean, why is this a very good offer? because this is, for 7 and 8 figure coaching business. I own a coaching business right now myself, okay? I teach people how to start their SMMA and how to scale them to plus 30K per month. But those coaches, because I have a lot of coaches in my network that are my friends, we have problems finding like good salespeople because we don't have time. We are in multiple businesses, and to be on sales calls with students or with prospect and to close them, we don't really have time for it. Like we barely squeeze some time for sales calls. So that's why we have like maybe like 2 availabilities, 2 slots in the calendar a day or something like that. So if you can actually fix that problem for us, for coaching businesses, and actually help them hire sales and coaches without any problem, you'll solve a big problem in their life and their business. Okay, they will pay you a lot of money for it. Trust me, if you can bring them like a salesperson or a coach, because they need either sales or coaches, okay, in less than 7 days, and those salespeople are qualified and they have like they kind of like great, and they would match their business, they would literally pay you a lot of money for it. Okay, I would say like minimum like 5K for that. So that, that's kind of like a recruitment agency. You kind of like hire sales and coaches, you vet them, you kind of like train them, and you match them to the right person. Okay, if not, they get like their money back plus $3,000 for wasting your time. So if you present this offer to like a coaching business plus this risk reversal, that'll be a great offer. There's no way you would not make a lot of money with it if you know how to do the service delivery, of course. So here's the second thing, pretty important. Have a YouTube agency to help coaches 3x their views on YouTube. 360-degree approach done for you in 3 months. If not, you get 100% of your money back plus results. You can charge 10K for this, okay? What's your competition here? What's your competition? Your competition are editing, agencies for YouTube. It's like, hey, we're gonna edit your videos, gonna edit thumbnails, this, that, all right? But they don't the only thing that they do is they edit, okay? But they don't optimize on views. If you come there and say, I'm gonna edit your videos, I'm gonna edit your thumbnails, I'm gonna optimize your scripts, I'm gonna optimize your SEO for YouTube and everything, and my goal will be to optimize to 3x your views on YouTube for you as a coach, you can charge a lot of money for that, because the end goal that you're optimizing for is a big problem that they have. It's gonna drive a big impact. Basically, most coaches, if you have someone that most of his inbound leads comes from YouTube, and you tell them, hey, I'm gonna 3x your views, you just 3x their inbound leads, you just 3x their business. So why do we not pay you 10K for that? No way, right? Why do we not pay you 10K if you can prove you can do it? So you see the power here of a great offer. If you come here with this great offer here, there is no way you can compete with anyone in the market. No one on the market would compete with you, okay? Because the perceived value that is coming from your offer is so damn great. This is not like a system. This is not, I'm gonna edit your video. It's not, I'm gonna tell me. I think you get it. So there's a lot of offers here. I don't wanna go through all of them to not make this video really boring, but you're gonna find the 50 niches list down in the video, and basically that's it. Let me know if you found any value from this video. I appreciate subscribe if you do, if you found any value, and see you soon. Cheers.